This is decks, and decks are used for sales teams and businesses to send to prospects or accounts so they can see what you do and how you do it. You can create interactive decks inside here, different ways. So we can start with create with any, and we can pick sales pitch, partnership, company overview, investor pitch, or customs. We can actually build minimal, concise, or details, various different styles. So we'll pick clean here. You got landscape, which is your typical sliding deck, or a web page, which is a typical scrolling deck. You could go here. So we'll pick web page. We'll pick our entity, so you can build them for entities in particular, or you can just create generic ones. You can add more context. So if you need to add more context about talking about your different wares, so let's go and generate a deck. And it will create a deck where you can add videos, create stats. You can add your own imagery, charts, timelines, and here you can edit the branding on the side. So you could change the colors, you could font, upload logos, change the background of the decks. You can change the gaps, the margins, padding, the width, the background viewer. And then on top of that, you can go through and change each block individually. So if we click on the top block here, we go into properties. We can change it from different cover styles, add new background images. So we can go and browse media. We can upload our own, or we can actually look at stock. So we go buildings. We can add a stock image into it. We can choose different styles, overlays. Each block you could just click on, and if you press on to this green button here, you could save that as a video block. You could save that as a template to be used at other times on the save blocks here. The properties is where you can make the changes. So you can go, okay, we want to add animations and we want to make them all slide up, and you can apply to all. We can go into every single block and make the changes here, and then you can use Annie on the side, and Annie will make changes there. Or if you want to get even more detailed, you can go into Annie here and say, change the narrative to be efficiency focused. And it will update the narrative throughout the decks about project efficiency. So Annie here can act as a side copilot. You've got various blocks here, everything from layouts to content to media to interactive to data and diagrams. And inside here, you can just make those changes on the property. Here you can go into links. You could add CTA links, so for your website. And then here on the CTA down the bottom, you can add buttons and directions to where you need to go. So that's a sliding, and that's a web page deck. Now, if we go to if we want to create a new deck by hand, we can go new deck. We can go sales pitch, and we want to make this a side scrolling. So we'll call this landscape, and we can adjust the size of that, and we can make your typical Google slide, PowerPoint type presentations here. And then we can just go, okay, let's add text block. Let's add bullet lists. Let's add imagery. Very, very simple. Then when you've done that, you can go to add link, name your link, and then share it. You can share it via email, Twitter, linked. That's fine. You can even have a look at the analytics of how that deck has performed. And you can send that deck, and you can also gate it as well to your clients. In here, you can create libraries. So you can create libraries around, just create new folders. And then once we do that, we just go, okay, let's move that to folder, partnership. And suddenly we've built out folders. You've got all your save blocks here that we saved before. Any images that you want to upload to reuse and repurpose, and any decks that you want to create as templates. Then you can also have a look at the analytics of all the decks, which ones are firing, how many times they're being used, how many times they're being viewed, who viewed them, when they viewed them, and how long they viewed them for. So this is the decks, as well as any form responses as well. So this is decks inside Empiraa. Hopefully this helps.